No sound, no signal, no warning. Imagine this. It is the middle of the night. A city sleeps under a dark sky. Far above, something is moving. No one can hear it. No one can see it. Not even radar. Second later, everything changes. Communication lines die. Military command loses contact. Panic spreads. And just like that, the attack is over. What happened? Who attacked? By the time the question is asked, it is already too late. This is the power of the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. An aircraft so silent, so invisible, that even the most powerful nations fear it. And they should. Because this machine was not built to be seen. It was built to end wars before they even begin. So why do countries like China and Russia, with some of the world's most advanced defense systems, still lose sleep over this American bomber? Let me show you why. Subscribe now. The B-2 Spirit bomber is not just another warplane. It is a ghost. A flying shadow that disappears into the sky, not by magic, but by design. When engineers at Northrop Grumman, an American defense company, first imagined this jet, they did not think about speed. They thought about silence, about invisibility. Its shape is like no other, a sleek flying wing without a tail, without sharp edges. This design bends and breaks radar signals so well that even the most advanced radio detection and ranging radar systems barely see it, sometimes nothing at all. But it is not just the shape. Every surface of the B-2 is coated in a special radar-absorbing material. It drinks up radar waves instead of reflecting them. Even the engine exhaust, which usually gives away a plane's location, is hidden deep inside its body. In simple words, the B-2 was not made to fly. It was made to vanish. Now imagine you are the enemy. You have built high-tech radars, surface-to-air missiles, fast interceptor jets. Your sky is locked tight, or so you think. And then one day, key military sites go silent. You scramble your defenses, but your radar screens show nothing. You cannot find the enemy because the enemy is already gone. That is what makes the B-2 terrifying. It does not need to fly fast. It does not need to dodge missiles. It simply slips through, drops its payload, and fades back into the darkness. And when I say payload, I mean up to 18,000 kilograms of destruction, including smart bombs, guided missiles, and even nuclear weapons. Yes, nuclear. It is one of the only planes in the world that can carry the B-83 nuclear bomb, the most powerful in the United States of America's arsenal. That is why countries like Russia and China, no matter how advanced they become, still cannot ignore this silent beast. Because if the B-2 comes, you may never even know. Most fighter jets scream across the sky. Their engines roar. Their presence demands attention. But the B-2 Spirit? It whispers death. This jet is not loud. It does not show off. But what it carries, that is where the real fear begins. Inside its bomb bay, the B-2 can hold enough firepower to wipe out an entire military base in one pass. That includes joint direct attack munitions, also called DAMs, smart bombs guided by satellite. These weapons are so precise, they can hit a target the size of a car from 12,000 meters above the ground. And if the mission calls for it, the B-2 can deliver nuclear bombs. Not just any, but the B-83, the most powerful nuclear weapon in the United States of America's current stockpile. This is not just strategy. This is psychology. Because when your enemy knows that one invisible aircraft, flying alone, can destroy your country's most secure locations, the fear spreads faster than the aircraft itself. Some jets are feared because of what they could do. But the B-2 Spirit bomber? It is feared because of what it has already done. In 1999, during the NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, bombing of Serbia, the B-2 flew less than 2% of the missions, but took out more than 1/3 of the strategic targets. 1/3 gone silently. In 2003, during the Iraq War, B-2s flew all the way from the United States of America, hit targets in Baghdad, and flew back, over 30 hours non-stop, refueled midair. Not one of them was detected. And in 2011, during Operation Odyssey Dawn in Libya, 2 bombers knocked out critical airfields in a single night, crippling the enemy's ability to fight back before they even knew what was happening. That is not just performance. That is dominance. Here is the question people often ask. If the B-2 Spirit is so powerful, why have China and Russia not built something like it? The answer? They have tried. But they have failed. Building a stealth bomber is not just about materials or shape. It is about invisible mathematics, radar physics, signal control, heat masking, software camouflage. It is like designing a ghost that survives inside a machine. Russia's Sukhoi Su-57 Felon and China's Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon are both impressive fifth-generation fighter jets. Fast, agile, and deadly. But they are not bombers. They cannot carry the same weight. They cannot fly the same distance. And most importantly, they cannot vanish like the B-2 Spirit can. Even today, in 2025, the B-2 bomber remains unmatched. And that is exactly what makes it so dangerous. There are only 20 B-2 Spirit bombers in service today. Each one costs over $2 billion United States dollars. Yes, $2 billion per aircraft. But guess what? The United States Air Force is already building its successor, the B-21 Raider. A stealth bomber that will be even more advanced, even more silent, and possibly unmanned. So if you think the B-2 Spirit is terrifying, wait until you see what comes next. Because the future of war may not come with a sound. It may come with silence. The B-2 Spirit is more than metal and wires. It is a message. A message that says, we do not need to shout. We do not need to be seen. We strike once. And we disappear. And that is why even the world's strongest nations, countries with massive armies and nuclear weapons, still fear one jet flying quietly through the night sky. Because the most dangerous enemy is the one you cannot see. If the story gave you chills, do not forget to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Pilot Zohan Aviation, where we turn the skies into stories.